Hi everybody. So what do video games have to do with contemplating God and religion? Stay tuned to find out. Hi everyone and welcome. I hope you're all safe and well. For those of you contemplating the existence of a God and religion, or who are skeptical about the idea of religion, I have a scenario for you to consider if you'd like. And for those of you who don't think that a God exists, feel free to stay with us. You're welcome to listening too. Now, most of us have been taught that hellfire is some fiery place full of flames. Well, considering the name, it's not surprising that this is what most people imagine. But let's just take that idea of hellfire being some fiery place that's just filled with fire and flames off the table for a moment. You might be asking, where's she going with this? Bear with me. Let's consider a scenario. Imagine that you're in a world. You find yourself in this world that's the most elaborate virtual reality game ever devised. This is the reality you're in. You see it in a certain way, and it's a world of discovery of so many things, a multitude of things. And while you're living in this elaborate world, some things can mislead you, and some things actually pan out to be true. While living in this world, you encounter people who are also inhabitants of this world, who believe in a creator who created this world. And these people say that some people will burn in hell, and they have all these little cartoon characters or figures that they hold up to you to obey. And they keep insisting that you'll burn in hell, this fiery place, if you don't come around to their way of thinking. You say to yourself, well, that's really silly. So silly it can't be true. But then you start to think about it and you say, well, maybe the way they're telling the story isn't exactly correct. And if you change the story somewhat, then it turns out that it might be something that is not so comical or cartoonish. So you start looking for answers. You find out in the end what it really is that it's a race between all these people in this virtual reality world, in which how you end up isn't so much about hellfire versus frolicking in paradise as it is gaining rewards. The more you succeed in this game or in this test, the more rewards you obtain or receive. Let's say in our virtual reality world that the reward is, say, well, let's call it money. But we're not talking about the money of our world. All the money that a person builds up and invests in a bank account and so on. That's not the money we're talking about. That doesn't count at all. That doesn't go toward the balance. We're talking about money that accumulates from playing this virtual game in our virtual world. You could live for 80 to 100 years and end up with $1. Or you might do very well and end up with $1 trillion. Would it be worth your while to figure out this game, to figure out this challenge, this test? What do you think? Let me know in the comments below. Too often, we think of things in all or nothing terms. This, scary stuff, hellfire versus paradise. Why is God so cruel? A God can't exist who would allow people to suffer or get cancer. And we get so lost thinking about these things, and we don't see the forest for the trees. We can spend our entire life in this way, not pursuing the true reason why we are here, and miss the point, wasting our opportunity to look at or explore the real reasons why the world exists. Is this life here for us to just waste our time away? Are we just biding time here? Or is it here as some kind of test, some type of process that involves more than that? Because this world is obviously not some type of stable environment. Nothing in this world is stable. Every single thing is in a constant state of change. There's no security or stability, especially in this time. So there are two options here. It's either that we have some kind of random chance world with no purpose where nothing is stable. So we have the mentality of grab life and everything while you can, even though, or perhaps because we all absolutely know that we're all going to die. in a short period of time. Even if it does seem like it's so far away, years and years away, it passes very quickly. Most of us have at least a few distinct memories from long ago that seem like yesterday. So we have this first option, a random chance, fleeting life that is the only life, and this is it. No long term, no overall purpose, or the world exists in the way that God devised it, and it does have purpose. Again, two options. Either the world is random, a chance world with no purpose, or it exists in the way that a God designed it, and therefore it does have a purpose. It's up to each one of us to decide, and it's also up to each one of us to do the work, to ask the questions, seek the truth, and figure this world out, just like we would need to figure out the game in the virtual world scenario and then make our choice as free will beings. I hope this video serves you. Peace to all of you, and see you again soon.